Hello YouTube and welcome to Prime Productions. I'm here to help enhance your tabletop gaming experience. If you're new to this channel, I primarily cover Paizo tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder and Starfinder. So I've already done my Christmas videos for the year. I did my build for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then in a live stream I played him with Swing Ripper and a few other Pathfinder YouTubers, link in the description below. Also, as of the posting of this video, I'm on vacation, so I thought I'd upload a short video I made earlier in the year and didn't have a chance to release. And if you're watching this video later on, well, sorry for the preamble, I'll get on with the video. Anyway, with all the hype around War of Immortals, like the new classes, mythic rules, and class archetypes, some things have passed mostly unnoticed by the Pathfinder community. War of Immortals came out with some new armor and weapons too. And some of it is really cool. There's not a lot, so we should be able to knock this one out pretty quickly. First of all, the armors. Sandkit, Lattice, and Neahat armors are all reprints from the Treasure Vault book, so we don't really need to talk about them. Don't get me wrong, they're cool armors and you should check them out, they're just not what we're here to talk about. Oh, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. Anyway, that just leaves the two new armors, Kilted Breastplate and Rattan armor. First of all, Kilted Breastplate is a light armor that gives a +2 item bonus to armor with a dex cap of +3, and it has the flexible trait. It seems to be just a straight-up better version than a chain shirt. Like, same bonus to AC, same dex cap, same strength requirement, same bulk, it's just cheaper and doesn't have the noisy trait, and noisy is a bad thing. I mean, yeah, it's good, I just don't like that it's straight-up better than a chain shirt. I think it would have been nice if it was like more expensive or weighed more, just so that they didn't completely invalidate another armor. It does look cool though, very Roman gladiator-esque. It's a cool way to have a character look heavily armored even if they aren't. Rattan armor gives a +1 item bonus to AC with a max dex of 4 and is aquadynamic. It also is just straight up better than its equivalent Leaf Weave armor. Same stats, it's just half as expensive. Again, I don't think it's broken, I just don't like options that completely invalidate other options. But again, it does look cool, and it's a great option to have rather than the standard leather armor. I like the idea of a rogue soldier wearing it so that they look more heavily armored than they are. Moving on to weapons, all of these are new. The fighting oar is just that, using a boat oar in combat, though the edge has been sharpened down so that it can do slashing damage. It's cool that there's finally a polearm simple weapon. The weapon has a special effect too. It adds its item bonus from its potency rune to certain sailing and piloting lore checks. Oh, in this context, piloting means guiding boats on rivers, not aircraft. Piloting barges on rivers was a big deal in ancient times. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the inspiration for this one is likely the story of Miyamoto Musashi. This is the story about a real-life samurai who supposedly carved a wooden sword out of a boat oar and then used that to kill an opposing samurai in a duel. There's more to it than that, go look it up if interested. A pal stave is a real-world weapon, a Bronze Age proto-axe that looks like this. In Pathfinder, it's basically a battle axe, but it does one smaller die of damage, but it is also simple. That's great. As a guy with an anthropology degree, I love to see some Bronze Age weapon representation. Also, nice to see a simple axe in the game finally. The War Gavel is essentially a club that has teeth or bones inserted into it. Mechanically, it's just a mace, mostly the same stats, but it is cheaper. However, this one has no metal, so it might be fun thematically for your character. Also, there are a few things that depend on your weapon being made out of metal or not, so now there are some options for either one. Moving on to martial weapons, we have the combat fishing pole, which reminds me of Gon from Hunter x Hunter. This D8 two-handed bludgeoning weapon is kinda misleading. Think of it as two weapons. Bonking people with the pole and using the fishing lure to make piercing, thrown, ranged trip attacks. I think this is the first weapon with light bulk that is also two-handed. It's decent and could be great for a build that wants to do well in both melee and ranged combat. Also, like the fighting oar, it adds its item bonus to checks when fishing. Niche, but certainly fun. The Gladius is interesting. It's a D6 deadly D10 piercing versatile slashing weapon. I mean, I guess I can see the appeal from a mechanics standpoint. It's fine, but like, a gladius is almost the textbook definition of a short sword. Having a short sword-like item that is neither agile nor finesse just kinda feels wrong. I would have preferred it if they used those stats on a different weapon. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Mechanically, the gladius is fine, not groundbreaking, just fine. I just don't like the flavor. The Mahuatl, pardon my pronunciation, is a wooden bat with shards of obsidian jammed into it, making it basically a Stone Age chainsaw. It has the new tearing trait, which inflicts persistent bleed damage if you hit with it. No save, no nothing, just add some bleed damage onto it. That's actually pretty good. I can see some people making good use of this. If you don't know, the Mahuatl is a Central American weapon, specifically Aztec. Great weapon if you want a decent two-handed weapon that doesn't use metal. The War Javelin is another welcome addition. It's a melee weapon, so you can, use it in melee, but it also has the Tethered and Thrown 30 trait, meaning you can huck it at people, then use an action to reel it back. Again, this could make a good weapon for a switch hitter build. Plus, it's a dart, not a spear, and the critical specialization effect for dart is actually pretty good. Last weapon is the Kestros. It's a weird sling thing that launches a dart. You can see it in this YouTube video here. It only does a d6 damage, but it is concussive, which is one of my favorite weapon properties. I'd like to see a build that uses this weapon, but unfortunately I don't think there's a lot of support for slings in Pathfinder 2e. I don't know, maybe make a ranger with running reload? Let me know in the comments if you come up with anything. And that's it for the items. Like I said, short video, but I wanted to get something out for you guys while I was on vacation. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. That tells not only me, but also YouTube that you like this kind of content and would like to see more. And until next time, thank you, good luck, and happy gaming!